Welcome back to Hit Points Gaming. Today is our 23rd episode of Middara, and in this episode we actually do a different part of the game called Abraxis Battle Dice.
We're going to be gambling instead of fighting.
I would enjoy doing that all the time.
I know.
Yes. Now, if you saw our episode from 2 weeks ago, we came in and told you that, of course, there's a lot of updates now from Middara.
None of them affect this episode.
Correct. But we now are aware of it. So next week's episode, when we start the new story mission, those will be implemented, and I'm very excited to have those in there. I want to see how difficult the game gets. I want there to be more of a challenge.
You suddenly want to fight cavesicles again.
Yes, yeah. I want to fight cavesicles.
More tough than they were before.
More tough.
Tougher.
Right.
Tougher.
Okay, so...
before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
what's new?
Oh, what's new?
Yeah, besides the 100-page new set of rules that we have to read for Middara. Is there anything else swirling around the game world that I'm not aware of?
I've been waiting to receive Machikoro Legacy, which didn't come out during its street date. We're still waiting to get that. When Andrea and I are going to be playing that. Probably just 2 players. On the fence if we're going to tape it or not. I don't know.
We'll see. If everybody thinks? What does everybody think? Does anybody have it ordered or even know about it yet?
And I would sure hope that by the time this episode comes out, we already have it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We're on the fence with that. We haven't played any Machikoro before, but it has Legacy in it. So, auto-buy. Yeah. Besides that, I just received in the mail yesterday Joan of Arc, the Siege Edition, which is really nice. Now it introduces this really cool castle component to the game, which I like.
Okay.
I've only played the game once. There's a lot to it. We should play. It's fun. She won't play those games.
No, I'll play Joan of Arc.
And
I want to be the French.
Okay. It's fun. I like the game.
Okay.
And... oh, yeah. Of course, what I'm definitely waiting for is Clank Legacy.
Yeah, well, we've got some time before that.
I think the end of the month. End of September, which is probably right around the time this is coming out.
Exciting.
Super excited about that.
Okay.
Super excited. Okay.
Back to
Middara. Gambling. Now, right now we would be starting the audio for this side mission.
Right.
But I think the audio is screwed up. The first, 2 or 3 paragraphs isn't included, so bring in our great, talented voice actor right here to start it.
No way. It's called
you need to
side quest.
Now, who is this image of?
This is Charlotte, but we don't know who Charlotte is yet, so hold your horses.
You can't speak like Charlotte?
No. I don't have a different range of voices. Okay, a curious game. So this is what the... oh, we've got some glare.
That's cool. That camera's not being used. It's only this one.
This is what the page looks like. Okay, I'm going to start.
We're very professional here.
I'm just the narrator. I'm not the director. I'm not the editor. I'm not the copywriter. Okay, we don't have time for this.
What are you?
I'm the talent. Come on. And the muscle. The talent and the muscle.
Talent and muscle.
Right. We don't have time for this. Rook's tone was even. Finding Aisling is the only way we're going to find more information about Theodosian. I know, Nightingale didn't actually slow down. She just about reached the doors to Patrick's Inn. The sound of angry shouts mixed freely with happier sounds. Nightingale didn't know exactly what to expect. A barroom brawl? Maybe somebody had screwed up somebody's tattoo and they decided to take it out on the establishment? It won't take long. I just want to see what's going on. She pushed through the doors, shoving her way into the inn. Instead of violence, Nightingale found the inn packed with patrons. At least 100 people gathered around tables in groups, rolling dice and shouting. What are they playing? Nightingale thought as she walked slowly between the tables, but she couldn't make any sense of it. Whatever this game was, it was obviously popular. She saw paupers, city guards, and even a few of the rich merchants all playing together.
Audio.
5 minutes, Patrick's senior employee called from near the back of the room. Her staunch voice and mannerisms were at odds with her delicate features. "Finish up!" Nightingale bounced over towards the woman. Patrick's employee was slouching on the bar with a pad of paper on her lap and a clock just beside her. Nightingale approached, trying to look as friendly as she could. "Hey, you..." Nightingale fumbled the introduction. "The name's Charlotte," the girl responded, not looking away from the clock. "Hey, Charlotte." Nightingale couldn't quite keep herself from rushing over her words. "What's everyone playing? It looks fun." That got her to look up. There was disbelief in her expression. "Abraxis," she said, looking at Nightingale's blank stare. "You know, battle dice?" "Oh!" Nightingale turned away. To her surprise, Rook had been following close behind her. He already had something in hand, a little bag of dice. He looked down at her and shook the bag in front of her. "Looks like the round is almost over. You want to try playing, Knight?" "You play this game?" Nightingale raised her eyebrows. Remy poked up beside Rook, tugging something out of her satchel. Sure enough, it was her own set of dice. "You don't?" Nightingale looked around for support. "Zeke?" "I've never heard of it either. Probably too common for people like us." Zeke straightened in an obviously try-hard regal pose. Charlotte spoke up from behind her, sounding bored again. "It's 5 gold for each of you if you'd like me to add your names to the roster. That's 20 total." She extended a hand towards them, but was still watching the clock. Learning Abraxis Battle Dice. "All right, everybody, take a seat." Charlotte pulled over a chair at one of the empty tables, sitting on it the wrong way and setting down several bags of dice in front of her. "I can't believe we're doing this," Zeke muttered, glowering at Rook. "We could be out there killing real monsters, and we're going to sit here and play pretend?" "What we're fighting might not be real," Remy spoke up before Rook could. "But the stakes are. It's the thrill of battle without the danger. Like the bellicose arena. It's like going to the arena to cheer for your favorite team, but more accessible." "Oh," Zeke said with some understanding. Every institute in Middara had a bellicose arena team. Zeke had watched them play back in Alinea proper. However, his favorite team always lost. Charlotte smacked the table loud enough that Zeke almost jumped. "Hey, everybody, shut up. I don't have all night. Get your dice and we can go over the rules." "A rude game store employee. Never met one of those," Rook said, smiling at her. Charlotte glared back with eyes like daggers.
Abraxis Battle Dice. Now, we tested some rolls upstairs during breakfast. This seems very difficult.
It's so difficult. Right. Oh my god. We gotta pay 20 gold to participate in this.
Of course we're gonna gamble this away. So, great. Abraxis Battle Dice. These are the rules for it. The game lasts 5 rounds.
Okay.
We have 10 Abraxis points, I think they're called, that we start with. Basically, your health. Okay, you need to survive till the end of all 5 rounds. You also have 5 fate tokens, which allow you to interact with dice. Okay, so every character gets a set of 2 different colored dice. Really, all you're interested in are the symbols on the dice. So these, I guess, sets of dice have the same symbols on them.
Right.
Okay, great. So what you're going to do is you are versus, I guess, an opponent. So today we're fighting the...
Pirate Wench?
Pirate Wench. Yep. So on her card at the bottom, she has some symbols, 2 books and 2 shields. And she also has a special power. Each round, draw a rare weapon and add its symbol to the Pirate Wench. So I've got my deck of rare cards here. We're going to pull a card and...
Well, it's only weapons, right?
Yep. It's
rare weapons, but I thought I saw more than weapons. Oh, I thought I saw like a cloak.
Red.
Okay.
Red.
Okay.
It's red. So I guess for the first one, we'll actually just pull a card and figure it out. Okay, bang. So this, whatever this is, it has another shield and a star on it. Do you need to look at that?
Yeah, well, I just wanted to see the... Okay, shield and a star.
Shield and star. It doesn't matter what
so
the weapon is.
So we need 2 books, 3 shields, and a star.
Yes, we add that to the total. That's our target value. So let's put that like...
At the end of round 1.
Correct.
Yes. Every round it changes.
Yes. Okay. So what's going to happen is everyone's going to roll the dice at the same time. So, for instance, I'll just roll
Oh, no,
one.
I don't like that.
Well, you could do it however. It just means
My hands aren't
simultaneously.
big
No, you don't
enough.
have to do it at that
Oh,
time.
okay.
So, you roll the dice, okay?
Okay.
So, then there's, like, different phases, I guess, in every round. So, I'm going to roll the dice here. And then, what I have to do is I have to lock in one of the dice that I rolled. Okay? Now, what you're looking to do is, again, match the symbols at the end. So, let's say I...
3 shield, 2 book, 1 star.
Yes, so let's say I lock in this first dice, okay? Everyone locks in one die. We're going to add that to this.
Okay.
Then we're going to roll again. I lock in another die. Okay? Roll again. You basically keep going. See, I lock in a blank, and I roll in another one, and I have to lock in my final one. Then I total up what I have. So I needed, what, 2 books, which I have.
3 shields.
3 shields, which I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I needed a star. So for every icon that you have in addition to or
Under,
lacking, you lose 1 Abraxis point.
so you lost 2. You don't have a star.
I don't have a star.
And
I
you
have
went-
1 more
Oh, no.
book, and I have 1 more shield, so I would lose 3 health.
No, 3 shields. 1, 2. Oh, yeah, you do. So you would lose 3
Mathematician.
health.
Yep.
Got it.
So I lose 3 health. Okay? Then what we do is we start the next round. Each character needs to survive. So based on the number of characters that survive, after 5 full rounds, we would draw another weapon card. Okay?
Each round.
We receive rewards based on how many people are still alive.
Okay.
Now, here's the other rule. So we have 5 fate tokens.
Okay.
Fate tokens allow you to, on a roll, if you want, lock in additional dice. So you say exactly, basically I got the dice that exactly that I wanted. I would spend 1 fate token to lock in 1 additional die.
Okay.
Okay. Or you can spend a fate token to not lock in any dice that round.
Okay.
So you did a really bad roll. Okay. We don't know what's going to be good. With practice, we really don't know what makes sense or not. Here's the only thing. Once somebody has locked in, let's say you used a fate token to lock in an additional die. You're basically 1 die ahead of everyone else. Once somebody has locked in all 4 of their dice, we do 1 more round. And at that point, you know, for the 3 people that haven't locked in dice,
Yes.
those dice then automatically become locked in. So if someone does it quickly, that's...
Yes, but even if someone doesn't quickly, you have 1 more round after.
Yeah, and you can't use fate token in that during that round. So say I did 1 more round because you're forcing me to end there. I roll, and I rolled horribly. I can't spend a fate token to go another round. That's it.
So wait, if you locked in 2 dice in the first round, that means there's only 1 more round?
Nope. I have to lock in all 4. Once someone has all 4 locked in, then there's 1 more die. Then one more round.
Okay. Well, if it's only 1 time, then everybody will be able to catch up.
I'm just saying. Right. Or what if you locked in, then locked in? Who knows?
Oh.
Let's see what happens.
2 locked-ins. 2 locked-ins.
So we have 5, 8. Oh, and if you land exactly on the correct symbols,
Yes.
you gain a health.
Okay.
You gain an Abraxis point.
We have not yet done that successfully.
Okay, so
In practice.
are you ready? We're only going to put our locked-in dice here
Yes.
and whatnot. So really, we don't really have a good strategy. The only thing is, certain dice have more books on them, and certain dice have more shields on them. So right now, we want to, I guess, we only want 2 books. So we don't want to have a lot of dice
with extra shields. Now, both sets have
orange,
stars.
extra. Yep.
But only 1 star. So this is going to be very
Gray have
difficult.
extra. So know what dice have your extra books, and you basically want to lock them in first. Not first, but you don't want to have multiple extra books. So get them out of the way.
Okay. Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, yes.
So I've got Zeke is orange and teal, and Remy is over there. Nightingale is gray and blue.
I just remembered, like, Eddie Jude can't see the colors, so it doesn't really matter. But everybody else can... I'm sorry, Eddie. Yes, the symbols are all the same. We double-checked, so it doesn't matter what color they are.
Yes, we ensured that the game developers did this correctly.
Yeah, for Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, of course. Remy has red and green, and Rook has purple and white dice.
So however you want to do it, we're going to roll.
Are we going to roll the first round in there?
No.
Okay.
Lock dice.
Okay, well, I need to roll one set at a time.
Well, I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to go like this. And
yeah, that's fine.
Them however you want, and we'll talk about our locked dice.
Okay, are we showing them to the camera?
I think it doesn't really matter. Well, that's gonna be. We're gonna have to roll like 50 times.
I know. Okay.
So,
whoa.
I'm
Okay.
trying to lock this in.
Okay.
I'm locking my.
How many? So we need 2 books, 3 shields. 2 books, 3 shields. 2 books, 3 shields.
You know, I might actually start. I might think I'm gonna start with some blank dice. Because I didn't roll any stars on mine.
2 books. Well, see, I got single books and then zeros. So I'm thinking maybe
A single book or a 0? Hey.
A 0.
Whatever you want. You make your decisions and I'll make mine strictly for this.
Oh, come on.
You know, I think we're going to completely fail here.
I think we're going to completely fail here as well. We need more shields than books.
But only 3.
But only 3.
So again,
then I'm going with blanks.
So if we can get kind of close to it on our final die, then we land. I think that's what we want, because if you get on it on your final die, you're just going to go over. So we all roll blanks.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Got a star.
You did?
Yeah.
I think I'm kind of in the same boat right now. I'm with... Oh my gosh, I'm in the exact same situation with both of them. 2 books. We only need 2 books, right? So a shield. I think I'm going to do a shield and a book for each. Oh, those are the wrong. Oh no, what did I just do? I went like this. Here, this goes here. This goes here. Shield and a book. Okay.
Look at that. Okay.
Oh, you got a star?
I did. I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it out of the way.
Okay. Well, this, I have to pick a shield and a book. That's here. And this is
go lower.
2 shields.
Go lower. So I really need to roll a blank on my next one. Or 1 shield.
Yeah, me too. I need to roll a blank.
And then over here...
Okay. Okay.
Alright.
I'm being like conservative in one and
conservatives, then I went like max, so now I'm looking for blanks.
I could use a blank.
Now remember, we might want to use like we have well, I don't know. We can use our fate maybe in this one. Oh yeah. Okay, this is great. This is great. 1, 2. So I think I'm gonna lock this one in.
Oh boy.
And then what do I got here? 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay. I'm going with it. So basically, both my guys are taking 1 damage.
Okay, well, I would take, if I use this, I would take 2 damage.
Okay.
A star and a book. I mean, a star and a shield.
Okay.
This one, I would take...
That looks like a
lot.
So why don't you spend a fate for that?
Yeah, so I'm going to leave this here.
And take 2?
And take 2.
Yeah, because every book you roll, if you re-rolled it, is doing damage to you. You would need 1 more shield. So, look.
This is the book dice.
Yeah, so if you re-roll this to get that star, you're getting 2 more books, so I think you're doing the right thing with that.
Okay, so that is Rook. So, Remy is going to spend a fate to re-roll this.
Alright, so you got 1 shot to re-roll this.
Blank.
I think that's
probably
great.
The best.
So let me just double check.
So I only take 1 damage.
If now everyone's locked in. Yeah, so then you could have that 1 more round. So that's exactly how you would do it. So that's perfect.
Okay.
So yeah, Remy, 2 books, 3 shields, and a star. So 2 books, 3 shields, missing a star.
Take a damage.
2 books, so you're missing a shield and a star for Rook.
So I take 2 damage.
Okay. I've got 4 shields, 2 books, and a star. So this is 1 damage on Nightingale.
Okay.
And this is 2 books, 2 shields, and a star. 1 damage.
Wow. That was the best we've ever done.
All right.
Yeah.
So now this comes out.
Okay. So now it changes.
Now it changes. Round 2. Let's pick this one. We have 2 shields and a star. So 4 shields, 2 books,
star.
Those books are, I mean, the books are really what's hurting us.
Yeah.
I kind of like the,
oh my gosh. I got a star right away.
Which ones are?
So we need shields, right? We need 4 shields.
4 shields, yeah.
I'm going to definitely do this one with 1 shield by itself.
It's not like I'm going to do this.
And then, yeah, I might...
Look, I went 2 blanks on both my book dice.
I got everything.
Ooh.
Do I keep this and just hope I roll a bunch of blanks?
Could. Because that's double shield, star, and that's on Rook.
Yeah. Okay, I'm living dangerously with Rook. I'm living
those blanks over there.
Conservatively. I got no blanks with Rook. Okay, Rook, good job. Oh boy. 2 shields, 2 books, and a star.
Okay. And ooh.
Shield and a book. So Rook is like perfect.
Got nothing over here.
Rook is perfect.
Oh, so you just now need blanks for Rook? Boy, I've got nothing up here.
And she needs 1 more shield.
Okay, well, so you want to block in lots of blanks.
I want to lock in blanks. Yes, Rook rolled a blank. We're definitely going with that one.
Good.
Oh, good. Okay, she's definitely getting a blank.
Okay.
How you looking?
I don't know. So this is last one, then we'll probably use some fates after this.
I hope so, yeah.
Definitely going to be using fates.
Oh, God, I got to use a fate for Rook. And I think I have to use fates for both of them, yes.
I'm definitely doing some, some re-rolls.
Me too.
Blank, not good.
I got the biggest 7, 8, yeah. Okay.
Both using fates.
Okay, so 1 here, 1
I need
here.
lots of symbols here.
And I need the opposite. I need blanks. Oh, boy.
Okay, well, not there.
Rook, blank, yes! Okay. Remy.
What do you need, blank?
I need 1 shield.
Okay. Not a lot. Good.
I will take it.
All right, let's count you up.
Okay. I take 1 damage here.
1 for Rem?
No.
2.
Oh, I take 2 damage.
You need 2 shields, yeah, so 2 damage.
Shoot.
It's okay.
2 damage. Okay, so here.
Yep.
And Rook takes...
2, 1, right?
Oh, I was completely miscounting both of them. So I take 1 damage, so I'm at 7 with both of them.
Okay. Rem, I've got my 2 books, I've got 3 shields, I'm missing a shield and a star, so I take 2.
That's Nightingale.
Nightingale, she's at 7. And I've got 2 books, I take 3.
So you're at 6.
6.
With Zeke.
Yep.
Okay, again, not too bad.
I don't know, I did not like that one.
Yeah, but we're all...
I started with nothing with him in the beginning.
Oh.
probably should have kept like a symbol. I'm learning. Round 3.
We're learning.
Shield and star. 3 shields.
2 books, 1 star. Here we go again. Here we go. It's that star that really is
so there's only
tough.
1. Yeah. Okay. Oh.
Okay, well I've got 3. I'm going to do this for rook. Because that was the lowest. Everything was a 5 or a 6 with him.
I still like starting with the blanks.
I'm going to do a shield. I'm going to do a shield.
Okay. Right. Second phase.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, rook could be completely done.
Completely done. Oh.
Again.
Well, that's tough. Well, you figure that one out.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave it.
We need 3 shields.
3 shields, 2 book, and a star. Her, I'm gonna put a blank out. Excellent, rook. Excellent. This is Rem. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to lock this in. 2 books, 2 shields, a star.
3 shields.
So she needs 1 more shield. He needs a blank.
I think I'm gonna spend my tokens now.
To do what?
To not lock in.
Okay.
Okay. So then I get 2 chances, 2 dice now. That's what I'm looking at. That's what
A book.
I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at.
So I would each take 1 damage. I think I'm gonna do that. 1 damage. And oh no, I would take 2 damage.
This is super rough. A blank or this, that means I'll take a damage for every symbol I roll.
1, 2.
Or, which I would get. Or,
A book.
1, 2, 3, 4 damage.
2. Because there's only 2 chances to roll. But if I got that, 1, 2.
I think it's better to.
I think I'm gonna re-roll with Remy.
Okay. Yep. And then this is it. These dice have to lock in.
Okay,
Next
1
roll.
and 1.
Alright, I'm doing 1 at a time. I need like a shield.
I need a
here
blank.
For Zeke. That's a lot more than that. That's a lot.
I got exactly what I rolled last time.
Okay, well I got goodness here. So let's start with you. 2 shields.
1 damage.
1 damage.
That's rook.
Okay.
Okay.
I can see an extra
I'm
book.
taking 2 damage.
2 damage with Rem.
Yep. Okay.
1 damage Nightingale. Zeke, I've got 3 books, so that's 1 extra damage and extra shield, so that's 2 for Rook. I mean Zeke. So I have 3.
So I think Remy and Nightingale and Rook are at 6 health left. Remy's at 5, and you're at 4.
Nightingale 6. Yeah.
6.
Zeke's at 4.
5, 4. Okay, so we have
2 rounds
more
left.
rounds to go. I do not want to start in this round, but I think all unique weapons,
all rare weapons.
Sorry, rare weapons have stars.
2 shields and a star. Yeah,
so 2,
there's like
4,
no books
1.
in here. No
2,
books.
4, 1.
2, 4, 1.
Am I allowed to read the weapons, Hesley?
Well, you know what I'll read? I'll read that that's worth 265 gold.
Oh, mama.
Okay, Zeke, starting with...
I'm gonna start with a book and a shield for Rem.
I got a star here.
2 shields. I think I'm gonna start with this for Rook.
I'm going crazy with Zeke.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with Rook.
Starting it crazy.
Okay. This is fine. This is fine.
Get a blank in here now.
Yeah. Whoop.
Blank in there.
Dice hit the floor.
Okay. So far, so good.
Well, I'm doing another blank. I have to roll hers. Wait. Don't roll until I pick.
Now, you know what we haven't done is locked in additional dice yet.
Wait, hold on.
So
Which
you might
dice
wanna do
has
that
more
next round.
shields? The reds have more books. Yeah, okay, so that's what I'm doing.
So now, remember, on this roll, if you like your dice, if you like both of them, we can lock them both in.
Oh.
What round is this?
This is 4.
Oh, okay, good.
This is 4.
Come on.
You do not like yours. I do not like mine either. This is gonna go here. Two. 4 shields.
I'm liking it. I just need a blank.
I think I'm gonna do this.
And then over here, what do I want? All right.
Okay.
So I'll be perfect if I roll blank with Zeke and the star on Nightingale. Come on, Zeke, get that blank. You need to survive this, man. Not good. I got the opposite. Definitely got the opposite.
Oh, wow. Rook is perfect. No, he's not. How many Oh, shoot.
You have
We
four
need
shields.
4 shields.
Yeah, remember what your target number is, by the way.
So Rook's gonna So he would be taking
You put
2
another
damage.
blank. Yikes, you did a blank on that last roll.
Rook would be taking 2 damage. So he would be down to 4. I think I can afford
I
that.
think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Rem has to reroll.
Alright, so this is it. So I'm going to start with, let's do these one at a time.
Okay.
So what are you looking for on yours?
I am looking for either...
Oh, well, you just need 1 shield.
I need a 1 shield.
That's it.
Or I'll take a blank.
Yeah, 1 shield or a blank.
And I'll take 2 damage.
Not that one. That's not what you want. That is a lot. That's a lot. So, you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you're taking 1 damage with shields, 1 damage with a book. So, 2 damage.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. You think
That's
you can survive
fine.
that?
Yeah, so I have 3 health left. With Remy.
1 for Rook. Oh, no, it's 2 for Rook because of the 2 shields.
Yes, so Remy has 3 health, Rook has 4.
Okay. I have not rerolled yet. Alright, so let's go with Nightingale. I'm looking for... I want that full die. I want the full die here. I'll take it.
You're pretty
It's
close.
everything but 1. So that means that I take 1 damage.
So you're still at 5. Okay, so you have the most health right now.
Zeke. I need a blank.
You need a blank.
And I get it perfectly. That means every symbol you see, I take damage.
Hurts him.
And I have 4 left. So if I get the best die...
You're dead.
Come on, Zeke. Fail.
Fail?
I gotta, roll it 1.
Okay, 1 damage.
Take it.
Yeah. He's the same as Remy right now. They
So
each
3.
have 3 health. So we have 5 health, 4 health, and 2 3s.
We could do this.
We could.
We could still do this. Okay, this is the last round, right?
Last round. I should probably know the symbols before I start locking in dice.
Okay, that was a good round.
That was a good round, yeah.
No one's gotten it exactly yet, though, right?
No. Everybody, my characters have taken damage every time.
Oh, 2 shields.
Excellent.
2 shields. Oh, wait. 1 shield.
Oh, it's 1 shield.
It's just 1 shield.
Whoa,
3 shields, 2 books.
This is completely different.
No star, so that's good. So we want blanks. Lower dice, the better. Get rid of all the...
Yeah, I want the blanks.
Now, just remember, you just need to survive.
I just need to survive, yes.
Blanks are good here. Because the most damage you're going to take, well, the most damage you're going to take is 5. If you got all blanks. Blanks are good here.
Luckily, I got 2 blanks.
Blank.
Well, each character got a blank.
And blank. I just want those blanks. Okay. Yeah, Nightingale survives this. I get 1 symbol.
Okay, I'm going to do a shield. I'm going to do a shield. And then...
Lock in.
Can I lock in all my dice?
If you have enough points for it, but that means that we only have 1 round, because you're going to lock in everything.
Oh, well, that would...
Since...
So wait, 2... So I would be
I
taking
can't
2
spend fate
damage.
after that.
So she would be alive if I locked in my dice. If both of my characters locked in my dice right now.
And I don't know if you can spend in multiple in 1 round. Let's see. After only... yeah, you can lock in multiple dice.
In 1 SP?
As long as you have, yep.
What do you mean?
No, each SP locks in an extra dice.
Oh, Remy can't. So he has enough. I would only be taking 2 damage. And I would be alive. But then that would only give you enough to...
that means next rolls, that's it. And you can't spend fate. So, don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, keep doing 1 at a time. Wait, you're locking in... Oh, you're locking in an additional?
No, I'm not locking in anything now, if you say that.
Okay, well then, why is there 1 here and 3 here?
Oh. Oh, yeah, a shield. So that was the one. The shield. Or should I do shield and book? I think I'm going to do that. Shield and book. And then rook. 2 shields and a book.
You have 4 health?
Yeah.
I'm locking another blank.
You would? Okay.
Which one has books on it?
This, purple.
Yeah, get rid of that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to do this. A shield. So that means he's taking...
Not everyone's locked in yet. I might not take these. Or if I do this... Yeah, I think I will lock this.
Wait, can I... So this is my dice. Can I spend 1 to lock it?
Yeah, but that means that next roll, that's it. No one can spend it. As soon as you lock in 4 dice.
Okay.
I would rather you do this and then spend a fate to re-roll the final one.
Okay.
You know? So I'm taking... It's 2 books, so I'm taking 1. So I'm taking 4 damage right now. So if I do... I might not lock in any.
Okay. Oh, maybe I would pay not to lock in any.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to pay 1 not to lock in any for Rook, but I'm going to put 1 down for Remy.
Yeah, it's going to be rough with Zeke this round.
So
1 point left. This is what I like it.
Oh, this is good. This is perfect. So Remy's perfect.
Okay. Yep.
And then how do I do this?
So.
What? She's done with her dice.
Okay.
He's going to put this down. Can I pay?
You can pay 1 fate to lock that additional die in.
That's what I'm going to do.
So
and then I'm only taking 1 damage.
Okay. So now Zeke, here's the one that I'm putting in, and I'll spend another fate to lock in an additional die. So he takes 1 damage. He's surviving.
Both of my characters are surviving.
So now it comes down to Nightingale. I roll the max die, so let's see if this gives her enough to survive. So I would have 3 books, so I'm taking 1 damage.
2 shields, so you're taking 1 damage, and a star, 1 damage. You're survived.
Lock it in.
Oh my god, we all survived.
1, 2, 1. So Zeke only took 1 damage.
So Remy took no damage because she has 3 and 2.
3.
And Rook is taking 1 damage because he's missing a shield.
2 health left on both.
I have 3 on both.
I didn't think we were going to do that.
I thought maybe 1 character would survive.
The fate really helped at the end.
Saving, yeah.
Nice job.
Okay, what do we get?
Alright, so it's based on
how many characters survive. Yes! Where? Oh. Okay. You have been 4 adventurers. 1 random, common, unique item. One random, common, unique item?
Yeah.
So that's anything.
No, that's a unique deck.
Oh, which is very tiny, right?
Yeah. You know what?
It's under the table.
It's probably under the table. Oh, I set it aside. Let's see. Did I put it in here?
Probably not. Yeah.
I think it's under the table.
Okay. Let's get it.
Let's get it. Don't need to get it. It was a part of this deck, actually, that I've been shuffling.
Yeah?
I put it to the side here. So we've used all the rare weapons. Look. It's in this deck. Oh, rare relic? Oh, it's not.
Random, common, unique.
I know what it is. It's not in here. It's probably under the table. I got them. There's only 3 left because we've gotten a few of them. We purchased 1.
Well, 1 we still have to purchase.
Gained the 1. Yeah. So
we gained 1?
Yeah, the helmet. We pulled it in the last
helmet.
Who
has it?
We haven't really decided.
Oh, okay. And then there's the one that Remy's going to purchase for herself.
Right.
The club.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, she already purchased that one.
Oh, she did. Okay, excellent.
I think so.
Not yet. We haven't officially.
Well, we're going to purchase it before. All right, well, let's just pick this card.
Yeah, let's just do it. Oh, I get to pick it?
Yeah, you get to pick it. You did a great job.
So there's 3. An Orgon Blade.
Okay. Oh, yeah. That
is not going to be shown.
Glare.
That is horrible.
Oh, let me just do that. I don't even think they could see that.
Well, flip it over to the back. It's bigger on the back.
There's the art of it, and then we'll read you what it does.
Correct.
So, 70 gold gives you a teal die, one-handed, sword saber. Passive. If you do not have the heavy tag, this weapon gains +1 armor. So if you don't have a heavy thing, extra armor.
Okay.
When you defeat an opponent, add 1 damage token as an ability token to this card. When dealing damage, these tokens may be spent to add +1 damage of the same type to your opponent. Okay, so every time you kill a guy, you get a token on here, and then whenever you want, you can spend them to do additional damage later on. Exhaust, you can counter. The counter may be used even if you were dealt damage by the attack. So whenever you get attacked now, you can just get an attack back at them.
Now read, the star is a +1 to the roll.
Ooh.
We've never seen that.
+1 to hit, basically.
We've never seen that before.
And 2 shields is +2 physical damage. So that's much better, having a +1 to the roll than to damage. Pretty cool. One-handed.
Does that replace one of Rook's swords?
That might replace Rook's sword.
Because right now, he has no counter abilities.
Right. And the sword is another unique, right? And that gives him a red die, I think. Oh, he's got the Blade of Dominoes.
Yeah, I'm not sure which one it would... Because we have a red and an orange, but that is a teal, so it's like a downgrade. But I would have to read the specials.
We'll see. Okay,
Yeah.
hey.
Awesome.
You did it. All right.
Now we got to go back to the rest of the story.
So now we're going to go back and basically shop at this point. So we're likely going to be buying the club still for
Remy.
whatever, and we'll buy all the purchases. But what we're going to do is, since this video is just about rolling dice, we're going to add all the story event for the next story mission in here to make it a little bit longer.
That's a good idea.
I know. So we're going to sit here and listen to the story and be prepared while you guys get to listen to it.
Main quest, imprisoned by mistake. All right, this is the place. Patrick stopped, looking up at the little stone manor, Isling's place. Let's just take it slow, okay? She's got some real reasons to be upset with the Black Hand. If we can keep her cool, maybe we can talk her into turning herself in. I doubt it. Remy flexed her wings, looking back at the house. It was the smallest in this row, yet expensive enough to be made of stone instead of wood, with the back half cut into the cliff. All right, I'm ready. Me too, Nightingale said, doing a little hop to hype herself up. Let's get that info. Patrick was the first to the door. He knocked rapidly, pressing his face to the wood. Isling, it's me. Open up. The door swung open. Isling pulled Patrick into an embrace, burying her head in his shoulder. Patrick, thank God you're here. I think I screwed up. You could say that again, Remy muttered. Who are... Isling released him, looking back at them. Your friends from the inn, she asked, confused. What are they doing here? I brought them to help. He glanced over his shoulder at the street. There were several other houses nearby, and the streets were busy with passerbys. Can we come in? People can hear us. Oh, right. Isling stepped out of the way, waving for them to come in. Sure, come in. Isling's home was Spartan, with bare stone walls and little furniture. They made their way to a sitting room without enough chairs. Remy didn't really try to keep the anger from her tone as they walked. So, were you trying to cook us alive back at the informant's house? Or was that only meant as casual arson? Isling took one of the 2 chairs, while Patrick took the other. She looked up from her fumbling with a little leather satchel she'd been wearing, eyes wide with guilt. Oh no, Isling yelped, one hand over her mouth. Were you in there? Yeah, Nightingale answered before Remy could, resting one hand on Remy's shoulder. We were in the basement investigating the murder. Oh, God. Isling hung her head into her lap, hair covering her face. I'm so sorry. I never planned. She looked up. Patrick, I didn't mean to use the damn thing, but he caught me, and we fought, and... She shivered, wiping at her face with one hand. I've never seen so much blood in my life. Remy didn't give her a moment's peace. Why did you have to loot the place? We wouldn't be here if you just left well enough alone. Isling was stammering, barely able to form coherent sentences. I didn't know what to do. I just grabbed what I could and ran. She looked back to Patrick. I was hoping to get something we could use to finally prove how crooked Grace Zhang really is. Get her ties to the Black Hand out in the open. She opened the satchel. Sure enough, it was stuffed thick with black ledgers and a loose sheaf of paper, all splattered with something red, brown, and foul. There was something else crammed in there, too, something square and faintly glowing, but Remy didn't get a good look before Isling snapped the satchel closed again. What does the Black Hand do exactly? Nightingale asked. King Balthazar's my father. If it's that serious, I'm sure I could convince him. Balthazar's daughter? Isling perked up. My lady, she nodded respectfully. Had I known Patrick brought you, I'd have shown more respect. Just answer the question, Nightingale muttered. Well, fencing stolen property you already know. They don't really much care what something does so long as it'll fetch a high price. Her expression darkened and she glared down at the satchel. They take no responsibility for what they sell or to whom. So when innocent people die, well, not their problem. Of course, it's much worse here in Romstead. Drug rings, prostitution, protection rackets for every business in town. And Malik, I've seen him. Remy couldn't take it anymore. Shut up, she glowered down at Aisling. I don't care what you think about my father, but don't lie about him to my friends. Maybe his people sometimes forget to ask about where things come from. That doesn't mean he's a killer. Aisling stiffened, rising from her seat. Your father? The pain was suddenly gone from her voice, which grew cold. She stared at Remy, as though seeing her for the first time. Your father ruined my life. Your father murdered my family. Your father... Remy smacked Aisling across the face so hard it made her hand sting. Aisling reared back, digging for something in her satchel. Fearing it was a weapon, Remy reached for hers, but she wasn't fast enough. With impossible speed, Rook was between them. He shoved both of them on the shoulder so hard that they went tumbling to the floor. Remy scrambled to a crouch. Rook glowered down at them both. Hey, he folded his arms. Don't. Nightingale cleared her throat. She faced Aisling. Whatever happened, our friend had nothing to do with it. Remy's been at the Institute with us for the last 2 years, so I'm sure... She sighed. Look, I already told you who I am. Give me those ledgers and I'll deliver them to the king personally. No fighting through bureaucrats. No making your case to the court. I'll make Balthazar listen. But it's important we get those. See, we're pretty sure you picked up... Something crashed down the hall, causing Remy to jump. City Watch! Shouts and pounding footsteps echoed through the building. Remy's head twisted back around and she saw uniforms rushing toward them, weapons drawn. Wait! Nightingale screamed, panicked. Remy scrambled to her feet just in time to see Aisling leap up and through a nearby window. Before the guards could reach them, she rolled out onto the street, the satchel over her shoulder as she vanished down an alley. Seconds later, they were all in irons. The Grace of Romstead. Zeke had been looking forward to visiting Romstead Castle, with its buttressed balconies lofting almost 50 feet over the crashing waves. He hadn't imagined he'd be dragged up the drawbridge in shackles. He found it hard to appreciate the ancient bas-reliefs that lined the throne room with cold iron digging into the skin of his wrists and ankles. Even so, it was impossible to miss his cousin's unusual additions. Elegant landscapes had been replaced with paintings and sculptures depicting the finer parts of the human form. To put it lightly, other pieces of the castle's original decor had been defaced, painted over with band logos, or just blacked out to give the new additions a sleazier backdrop. I hope you assholes realize who you arrested, he muttered. My cousin Grace isn't going to be happy you treated me like a common criminal. The guards wilted under his anger as they'd done several times before. Sorry, we have our orders, someone said, not meeting his eyes. Please don't take it that way, sir. We don't mean anything personal, but Grace is the one who sent us. The guards didn't release them, and soon enough they had reached the throne. Malik Moretti paced back and forth behind the throne as they approached, looking less together than they'd ever seen him. His hair was frazzled along the edges, and there were deep bags under his eyes. Grace looked a little more composed, though there was something of terseness as she spoke. Idiots! I said bring them here, not parade them through the city like captured pickpockets. Get those damned manacles off. Told you! Zeke spat at one of his captors. The guards bowed, and with a few clanking sounds he was free. They moved between the rest of his friends, unlocking their bindings, or in Rook's case, untying as there were no manacles wide enough for his Herculean wrists. I'm sorry, cousin. Grace waved one hand dismissively, and the guards hurried for the doors. This left only the 5 of them and Grace and Malik behind the throne. I expected a little more discretion from my staff. We do have a few questions for you, Malik said. Remy, Grace told me you were seen at the murder victim's house before it burned down. Please, explain to the governor what you and your friends were doing there. I know you have a good reason, and you weren't there to destroy evidence." Remy walked past Zeke, glaring up at her father. "You two didn't seem to be doing shit, so we tried to track the murderer ourselves. We'd made our way down into the basement." "Basement?" Grace and Malik answered together, both sounding worried. "Yeah." Remy didn't slow down. "My friends and I dealt with your pet, Melody. You know, the one we wouldn't have had to fight if you'd just been straight with us. We found a room full of stolen artifacts down there." Malik relaxed. "Then why did you burn the house down?" "We didn't." Zeke walked up beside Remy, arms folded. When he spoke, he sounded irritated. "That was Aisling. She's about this tall, pale skin, aquamarine eyes, bright red pigtails, has a weird white getup on. You can't miss her." "I know of her," Malik interrupted, glancing sidelong at Grace. He lowered his voice to a whisper, but Zeke could still hear him clearly enough. "She's the one I warned you about. The one I thought we might be having trouble with. I didn't judge her capable of murder, though." Grace looked furious. "Bitch stole the hegemonics from us, I bet. Desmond was eviscerated by that thing. He won't be easily replaced. I don't know what combination she has to the puzzle box, but it's obviously destructive. We need to be careful." "She was right," Patrick muttered under his breath. He stepped forward, clearing his throat. "Excuse me, Duchess... Malik?" He inclined his head in terse respect to each one. "Forgive me for asking, but what do you two mean about we and us? It's no secret what Malik represents in his town, but our appointed ruler couldn't have anything to do with him." It wasn't a question. Grace rolled her eyes. "Don't lecture me on morality, Patrick. We both know Shayless is the only reason you didn't leave Romstead years ago. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't let you gallivant around breaking all of our rules. Any protection Aisling had from being your friend has run dry." Patrick bristled, apparently struggling to form a response. Grace spoke first. "Have you asked whose investments help fund the Demiurge? If you knew what some of my other relatives had done with their lives, present company excluded, of course, you might see Romstead differently. If you had been here when I inherited a shack and made it into a palace, maybe you wouldn't be so quick to judge." Malik nodded his agreement. "Virtue and law are abstract until Alinia's cities are razed and its people enslaved. My organization keeps that from happening, even if the means we use are unconventional." "Tell that to Aisling's dad," Patrick hissed. Grace rose suddenly to her feet, glowering at him. Patrick stilled suddenly, averting his eyes. "Enough! Our present concerns are too dire to waste time with the past." "Indeed." Patrick bowed again, with exaggerated formality. "By your leave, Lady Jong. If I'm not being charged with anything, I have an inn to tend to." Grace waved her hand dismissively. "Fine. Keep your nose out of this. Leave enforcing the laws to the keepers of the city." Patrick spun around and stormed out of the throne room. Malik stepped down from beside the throne. "If you don't mind, Grace, I would like to get my daughter to safety as well. I couldn't imagine what I would do if anything were to happen to her." "Of course." "Dad," Remy squealed, pulling her hand out of reach before he could grab it. "I can't go home. We have to track down the killer. Nightingale—" "I wouldn't worry about that." Grace sat down again, propping one leg up on the edge of the throne. "The princess won't be leaving this castle. Your friends will be right here until I can get word to King Balthazar. It would be absolutely irresponsible of me to leave good family and friends out and vulnerable during a time of such uncertainty." "What if I tell Balthazar about all this?" Nightingale didn't know what else to say, so she resorted to threats. "Do what you must," Grace hissed. Then she snapped her fingers, and at once a dozen of the City Watch filed back into the throne room. They made certain Grace's commands were obeyed. "Make a break for it." "Grace!" Nightingale began, shoving her way through the guards. She caught one last glimpse of Remy before she vanished from the throne room with Malik just behind. "Duchess!" Grace corrected, folding her arms. Yeah, whatever, Duchess. Balthazar is on his memorial hunt. I'm pretty sure his last one took weeks. You're not going to keep us locked up in your castle that long, are you? Nightingale said. Guards stepped up beside her then, one on either side. They didn't actually grab her, instead looking to Grace for guidance. It was apparent they'd figured out just who they were being told to push around. Balthazar will do anything to protect his family, girl. If that means locking you somewhere where you can't hurt yourselves, then that's what it takes. Grace sounded coarse. The guard snapped into action, strong arms restraining her. Nightingale tensed but didn't fight. What was she supposed to do? Fight city guards just doing their job? Grace leered at her. Look on the bright side. You're on Middara. At least you won't get any older while you wait. Nightingale took no comfort in the luxury of the prison Grace chose for them. A pair of rooms in her highest tower. It had a wide balcony and an excellent view, none of which she cared about. She spent hours staring out over the city before she finally fell asleep. Nightingale, wake up. The Malama's voice cut through whatever dream Nightingale had been having, and she jerked upright. She snatched up the weapon beside her bed, scanning the room for any sign of intruders. By the balcony. She turned and found the oozing, gelatinous shape of the Malama hovering just in front of the glass. After a brief moment, it vanished. Patrick stood behind its form. He was out on the balcony tapping on the glass with his knuckles. He stopped as she looked, waving energetically. Nightingale rushed to the door, swinging it open. Patrick, what the hell are you doing here? Shh, not so loud, he hissed, slinking inside after her. They don't know I'm here. Also, clothes. Nightingale blushed, moving for her still dirty clothes folded on a nearby end table. She began getting dressed rapidly and couldn't help the grin spreading across her lips at what she saw at Patrick's side. Is that a climbing harness? Yeah, he returned the grin, hefting something off his shoulders and onto the floor in front of her. Metal clanked from inside, wrapped up with several more harnesses and coils of rope. This is a jailbreak. Are you insane? Nightingale tossed her weapon onto her bed, then sat down on the edge with arms folded. Patrick, you just broke into the Duchess's castle. Grace already didn't seem to like you. I don't give a damn what that woman likes. She's as rotten as Malik. Patrick kicked the harness towards her. Look, so maybe I still owe Shayless for... He trailed off. Some stuff. Anyway, I figure this might make us square. I saved her sister. Not just me, Nightingale interrupted. I know. I've got harnesses for your friends in here, too. Even Rook. I didn't mean them, her eyes narrowed. I meant Remy. If we go with you, you help us get her out. Remy doesn't have a damn thing to do with whatever Malik is doing here. Patrick glowered down at her, but Nightingale didn't look away. She wasn't compromising on this. Fine. We'll save Malik's daughter while we're at it. Just put that on the list, why don't you? Maybe Shayless will owe me when we're done here. He turned away, glancing nervously at the door into the castle. Just wake your friends. I grappled up here, but it's about 200 feet of free rappel. I've never actually done it before. Eruption of chaos. Nightingale sprinted down the street at the head of her little group, ignoring the stares of evening travelers, city guards, and less reputable folk alike. It was a good thing Patrick knew the way. There were dozens of guards on the street armored in black, along with a row of men carrying buckets and shouting. Nightingale ignored them too, and in the chaos, nobody moved to stop them. What's going on? Nightingale asked. The sky smelled like a bonfire. I don't know, Patrick said, but we best hurry. Soon they arrived at their destination, and Nightingale stopped short as they came to Malik's home. The elegant manor was in ruins. The front of the building had been blown to pieces. Stray bricks and cracked rock littered the streets, and the windows of neighboring houses had been shattered. Instead of an elegant garden, a makeshift triage had been set up. Several men and women in dark armor had already been covered up with bloody sheets. Nightingale shoved straight through another guard, then past a nervous steward to where Malik was sprawled on a cot. The man wasn't in good shape. Burns covered part of his body, and his belly had been wounded, wrapped with too little bandage. If Remy got hurt because this asshole took her home... Malik! There was nothing of deference in Nightingale's voice, only an imperious shout loud enough to be heard over the chaos. He looked up, eyes partially glazed. Is that the arson girl? Malik was a bit delirious, even as he asked. It was obvious he was in pain. Yes! She loomed over him, hissing through gritted teeth. What happened? Aisling. He pointed back towards the house. She has the hegemonics. The damn artifact is dangerous. She used it to summon an exalted Esper. My people fought, but... But what? Remy, he said, seething as much as Nightingale. While we were fighting for our lives, she dragged her off. Where's the city guard? What's Grace doing? Zeke asked, looking around at the mayhem. She's probably finding out about this now. Malik's weakness seemed to flee for a moment, and he reached, grabbing Nightingale's arm. Arson, you have to save my daughter. Remy shouldn't have to suffer for what I've done. I'll give anything to have her back safe. I know that Patrick has an idea of where she might be. You can keep your blood money, Nightingale said as she turned away from him, tail snapping in her anger. Remy's my friend. That's all that matters. She left him there, the triage swarming with more and more guards and attendants by the second. Together, the group slipped away before any of Grace's people could arrive and try and detain them again. Well, Patrick? Where'd she go? Nightingale had no compassion left. Her question was cold. Malik said you know where to find her. Patrick had gone pale, and his hands shook visibly as he drew, checked, then holstered his gun over and over again. Not at home. She's not an idiot. She talked about a hideout, but I don't know where it is. He stopped in the middle of the empty street, looking defeated. Zeke spoke up weary at how desperate Nightingale looked. I guess Malik and Grace are both criminals. Is that strike 3 or 4 on the villain list? In either case, I'd guess that we only have a small window before Grace sends someone to find us. Maybe we can find Aisling, find more about Theodosian, and then get the hell out of here. Nightingale scoffed at the remark, but as she turned to respond, she felt a sudden wave of nausea that caused her to steady herself. I know where she is. The Malamus spoke in her mind. It was like a cacophony of voices that all came at once. It's your fault this happened, Nightingale. If you had let me lead you to Aisling sooner, the murderer would be dead, and your friend would be safe. Nightingale didn't banish the voice as she had each time before. Instead, she listened. Is your last offer still good? Nightingale thought back. Absolutely. The air before her blurred and fuzzed, filling with an abomination of snapping teeth and writhing black ink flesh. My terms are equitable. Speak your consent and we will put this matter to rest. Hey, everybody, she called, interrupting the deliberation she hadn't been listening to. I know how to find Remy. Really? They all looked at her, straight through the transparent form in the air in front of her. How? Rook asked, a bit worried. The parasite, the Malama can find her. I'm going to let it take my body over long enough to lead us there, Nightingale said with feigned confidence. Zeke dropped the cigarette he was holding. Patrick just looked confused, but Rook's expression darkened. Nightingale, you can't do that. How do you think it's going to take you over? Not all at once. It's little pieces just like this. We have to find her another way. She didn't falter. You got a better idea, Rook? Rook only remained silent for a moment. Let's ask Surrey. With that, he reached out into the ether and willed the girl to manifest herself. A short moment later, and the girl appeared. Surrey, do you think you can help us find Aisling? Rick asked. Who is Aisling? Surrey looked confused. I'm not all-knowing, Rook, though I wish I were. You humans should be better at finding yourselves. Surrey glanced over her shoulder with a nervous look. I'd rather not be wandering around after what happened with Melody either. There's no saying what agents of the Great Bounty might be lurking about. Patrick looked even more confused. He stared dumbly at Suri's floating form, but didn't comment. Rook sighed, and Suri popped out of existence. I guess I don't have a better idea. Neither do I, Nightingale said with determination. Just don't let me do anything stupid, all right? I'll tell you when I'm back. Rook frowned at her. I don't think it works like that. She ignored him, extending her hand towards the Malama's invisible shape. Just long enough to lead us there, right? Only long enough. The scale is always even with me, the Malama said with a gleeful tone. What other choice did she really have? Nightingale wasn't going to just let Remy die. With that thought, Nightingale willed it. It was as if she opened a locked door in her mind that let the Malama walk inside. With that, everything faded away, and the darkness lengthened and stretched, wrapping itself around her mind. Nightingale changed. It was almost as if her skin tone had gone a whole 2 shades paler, and considering how pale she was already, it made her a stark white. Rook peered at her with a mixture of academic curiosity and fear. Her green hair seemed to drift, as though she were submerged in water he couldn't see. There was also a darkness in her eyes, something sinister and lacking in empathy. Come, Nightingale said, but her voice was flat and emotionless. She began walking off down the street at a slow, jilted walking pace, as if she was learning to walk for the first time. Her movements seemed abrupt and purposeful, as if she was trying to be careful not to fall. Rook and Zeke shared a look of worry before following. Nightingale's body led them all the way out of the city. She never tired, never slowed, and barely responded to anything they said. And after a few long moments, they made it less than a mile out of the city through a winding path that led them up a nearby cliffside void of roads. As they walked, Rook couldn't help but wonder what Nightingale, the real Nightingale, was feeling. Nightingale screamed. She was aware of what was happening, but she had no control over her actions. It was as if she was locked inside of her own head, pacing behind the windows of her eyes. Stupid girl, the Malama thought, and its horrible voice echoed through the confines of her mind, the confines of her whole existence. I'll lead them to the place where Aisling is, but if they all die, you cannot blame me. Don't hurt them. We had a deal, Nightingale yelled, but her thoughts were crushed by the Malama forcing her into submission within her own consciousness. I always honor my deals. Protecting them wasn't one of the terms. The Malama snapped at her, crushing her will. Your frail body is feeble. Aisling is truly strong, void of weakness. Her despair has forged her into someone that might actually be worthy of me. Nightingale lashed out. With no body, it felt like a tug of emotion driving her position within the blackness that surrounded her. As she did, though, she felt her spirit suddenly strapped to the floor of her mind, leaving her crushed beneath the weight of her own sorrow, and the Malama taunted her. When Aisling eviscerates your friends and grinds them into a paste using the hegemonics, I'll be happy to leave your body for a new one. Then the Malama laughed, loud enough that she couldn't escape it. There wasn't anywhere to go. Nightingale recoiled inside of her own mind, but no matter what she did, her reality was filled with the laughs of the Malama. Be on your guard, Nightingale said, cocking her head to look at Rook, Zeke, and Patrick. The 3 were following behind her. There are monsters about, she said with a jovial grin.
That was a huge story. So much happened.
So let's see. We went to go see Aisling.
We found her in her house.
She got into a fight with Remy. Rook came in and pushed them both down.
Mm-hmm.
Then
the guards came. City guards came because Grace sent them.
Aisling escaped. Everyone else got locked up.
Taken to the castle.
Aisling went back and was meeting with Malik. And they said, hey, why did you burn down the house? And we're like, no, it was Aisling. Malik's like, I know about her.
She's the one I thought we would have problems with.
Bad news.
Right.
We're going to go find her. You guys are going to be
locked up.
Locked up until then, so you don't get into any trouble. And I think he took Remy back home.
Something like that.
Patrick came
that night and broke them out of jail.
Nightingale, Rook, and Zeke out of jail. They're like, we gotta go get Remy.
So they're all traveling to get Remy.
And I guess they got there, and there was...
they found Malik, injured.
Malik's injured. Aisling came. I guess she's super powerful because of all the stuff in that bag she had. Took Remy.
Mm-hmm. Hurt everybody there.
And now we have to go find her. Well, in order to find her, Nightingale had to tap into...
the dark side.
That's right. And she had this new... skill because of the joining. So I have -2 permanent health, but I also gain resistance to magic damage. So I half the amount of final damage from magic attacks, but -2 health, so I think I have -3 health total.
Right.
And now we're off to go get Aisling, because the guy's showing us how to get there, but he's like, you're going to be beat, because there's going to be a lot of monsters. And now that we're playing with the stronger version of the monsters, this is going to be a challenge.
Yeah, and he's like, I can't wait to get there because I'm going to take over Aisling's body. She's tougher than you.
That's right.
So he doesn't care really about us anymore.
No, he doesn't. And since you can't use Remy in the next fight, you actually use Patrick in the next fight. But he does...
have the shotgun back, thanks to us.
Yeah, so he's got a different character card, which you'll see, I guess, in the next episode. So... I'm looking forward to a brand new fight.
Ooh, it's going to be like a whole brand new game almost.
Yeah, minus Remy. Ooh.
Oh, couldn't they have kidnapped Rook? We were like, well, we'll just let him hang out for a couple of days captured while we,
Yeah, so definitely looking forward to next week. Playing that with all the new stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode with the story and the Abraxis dice. And, you guys come back. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, we're looking for those 50 likes to keep this moving for future episodes. Thanks a lot for watching. And we will see you next time.